Hello, everyone. Welcome to VR Verdict Podcast, episode 138, our weekly podcast where we talk about everything VR. I am PJ.
Wookie,
we got a Wookie in the box over there. It's better than a dick in the box, I think.
A little bit.
And we're here surrounded by the lovely team of Big Top Game Studio working on Heartlands. How's it going, everyone?
Woo, pretty well.
Good.
Awesome.
We got everybody minus 2 people, but yeah, we're pretty good here.
That's awesome. So yeah, we'll just have you guys introduce yourselves so everyone knows who's who and go from there.
I'll go first,
Robert.
Captain. Robert here, in the captain's chair with this nice little paper here. I'm seeing behind the scenes a little bit. Studio director, lead programmer, head of all the things. Yeah. Next.
I'm Nathan. I'm Robert's second in command. I started here a long time ago now. It's been, what, a year and a half? 2 almost?
A long time. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Started off as a junior developer, worked my way through, and am happy to be here.
Awesome.
I'm Gabriel, professional audio engineer, working on sound effects, music, implementation, and also writing for this wacky project. Also been given the moniker Sound Lad, which I'm not sure if I like or not. We'll see.
It's a lot better than what you guys dubbed me.
Sound Lad is better than Sound Boy.
Well, you know, who wants to say what you fuckers have started calling me?
Robert's
Totally
called Developer Daddy.
Developer Daddy.
Okay, I'm going to sit over here.
Okay, all right. Next.
Stop it. I'm Jackie. I've been working with the company for 6 months now, and I am a junior level designer.
Awesome.
What was that?
It was a woo of approval. It's a 90s thing. Moving on.
There, Arsenio
Go
Hall.
ahead, Megan.
I'm Megan. I do art things and various other random things for the game.
Nice.
She's really good at materials, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Thank you.
better than I am.
Does a little bit of everything. Right now, she's building our armor sets a little bit better than we can because Nathan and I are colorblind.
Yeah.
Seemed like a great idea at the time. Here, Nathan, take these armor sets and figure them out. You know, and then we have Christmas fucking shoes.
I know colors. I'm not colorblind.
Yeah.
Only normal blind.
Yes.
I'm Joy. I also do a bit of some art things here. I started working at the company in August, well, full time. But on and off, I had done some commissions for earlier stuff that Robert was doing for like store art. And I'm learning more about animation. And so that's tedious, but I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys are all here. It was originally I think you're gonna do your what do we want to say, the not initial release, but like
Well, it was going to be
access?
our early access beta 1, because we plan to do 2 betas and then the full launch. But yeah, we ended up having a bunch of problems going from UE4 to E5, and we're also redoing our entire armor and character system. So, and we're also ripping out our entire quest system and implementing a new one. It's a whole fucking thing, but you know, it's going to be a better product for the in the end. But yeah.
Yeah. So
a little bit delayed.
Scheduled. Yeah. We had the scheduled, and you're like, yeah, I don't know if we should do it. I'm like, let's just talk to the team because I want to hear. We've been talking to Robert for what, freaking 2 years now or so?
Something like that. Yeah. It's pretty
been a
close
long
to 2
time.
years.
Yeah. So, I've played all the demos and betas you guys have put out. I've really dig the game so far, and I'm excited to see the full product that you guys release. But it'd be really cool to
Thank you.
just hear your guys' side of things, because like you said, you're gonna do a little release and things happen, and I'm just really interested like how that affects the entire team from different points of view, like audio, art, all that stuff. So
Yeah, I've only ever heard Designer Daddy's view of it.
That's developer daddy to you.
Developer Daddy.
Developer Daddy.
Would that make me designer daddy?
Yes, Nathan, you're Designer
No,
Daddy.
Nathan.
Developer daddy.
You can be engineer daddy.
With the Christmas
I'll take
shoes,
it.
you're Designer Daddy, all right.
because
There it is.
aside from
Oh, no.
what's happening right now, and I love you guys sound like you have a lot of fun, and I think that's awesome. I saw the video you shared, in our private chat today. Creepy face you were doing, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, good.
goodness.
Oh goodness. Working with the new characters has been exciting to say the least.
They look incredible, but they look a little fucked up sometimes.
Yeah, certain Vizims are definitely more volatile than others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
F's are fucking hard to do. F's and L's, and we had this. Maybe we should explain the whole PP thing. I don't know.
PP.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of explaining, but so
Developer
like we have
Daddy
this
wants to get
entire.
into his PP.
I got to get into my PP here. We have this whole fucking big graph for like controlling our facial animation, and it outputs from the Oculus lip sync library. And one of the Vizims. First of all, you know what a Vizim is?
I don't know. Wookie
Okay,
probably
Vizim
does.
is a Vizim is it's like a visual representation of what a face looks like when it's making a shape with your mouth, like whatever, just different sounds.
So
and
basically,
one of
the
them's called
pictures
PP.
that I put on my dating profiles is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the way that
Only the most
I was able to figure it out was like I work in early education sometimes, and word sounds are phonemes, and this was the visual of a phoneme, a vizine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. So the output from the Oculus, one of the array sections is PP. That's making things like put, bat, stuff like that. It's a p sound or a b. It's something when your lips are coming together. Exactly. So our graph has to go into the morph target, and the morph target's name is mouth open, and then there's one for cheeks and one for lips. So I was explaining the graph to them, and like, here the PP goes into the mouth, and the PP goes into the cheeks,
And
and
none
here
of
the PP
us
goes into the
are
lips.
mature enough for this to be explained to us. And so we're like crying because we're laughing so hard.
That's so awesome because I know how old Richard is. Or Robert, sorry, I don't know why I called you Richard.
Richard, you calling me a dick? Come on, man.
Your
Now
name's
you're
Dick
Developer
now.
Dick. Developer Dick Daddy.
That's perfect.
Developer Dick Daddy. Daddy Dick. All right, let's go.
The people.
I'm so glad
no.
to hear you
This has
guys
become a
laugh at
Cards
that
Against
stuff
Humanity
because
game.
I'm on the older side and I still laugh like that. So I'm glad to hear other people still do that. So
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The funniest part is like I didn't catch it at first. I was just like, yeah, the PP goes in the mouth, and like I turn around and there's like Joy looks like she's about to fucking cry.
I was just painful to hold that in.
And Nathan's just like
what are
holding
you
his face.
doing?
I say so much stupid shit. It
Well,
was so painful to hold
yeah.
in my comment.
it sounds like you're describing your weekend more than anything else. I mean,
Do you guys
Yeah.
have an HR department? 'Cause
Not
Very
really,
close studio.
Megan's more HR than anything.
We have me as HR. We have super HR, I guess, which I guess is Brock, but
I need an
awesome.
adult.
This entire team needs an adult. That's what
Yeah.
Robert does. That's
See,
why
my
we call him
Developer
Developer
Daddy told
Daddy.
me to put a PP in a mouth.
so back to your PP. Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just PP
Okay.
things. I don't know what we were talking about previously. PPs.
Oh Lord.
So I'm just curious, like, when we already mentioned a couple of times, things got delayed and got bumped. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be really affecting, well, maybe it does right at the time, but like the morale of the team and stuff. It sounds like you guys just.
Oh, make no mistake, I'm like 5 minutes away from Toaster Bathtub, but
yeah, that's a constant.
Luckily, he has lots of funny friends, and so we keep it going.
I saw some. This might sound bad, but I hope not. I saw some. They were like soap shaped like toasters, and I was going to mail some to you.
Oh
that
my
sounds
gosh,
great.
Please do.
So good.
Yeah, the soap bath bombs. Yeah.
I love
No,
that.
I mean, I don't know,
That's
like how you guys are really feeling, but it's a delay. It happens. It'll be a better product in the end, and like seeing all of in the background, we all see that and understand that. And while we really wanted to get it out sooner, like my major concern is funding running out, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem right now. It's at least we're not crunching right now, so that was something that was going to happen this month if we wouldn't have delayed. So.
Robert's waiting for the create game button.
Yeah. And just so you guys all know, this was a whole ruse. So when he's talking about funding, we're here to play a game, and one of you is going to get out. No, I'm just kidding.
I've had a long run of it.
That and Toaster Bathtub are now gone from the studio.
Yeah, we all
so
sit
as
in
a
a
gamer-
different bathtub, and someone throws a toaster up in the air.
Oh my god.
Toaster roulette.
That's some
Yeah,
kind
I was
of
gonna say it's a
toaster roulette.
Yes.
But as a
Electrified
gamer, when you
slip and
guys
slide.
when you guys say like, we had to scrap everything, start from scratch, because I've heard that many times from many devs, and before I kind of had a better idea of how things work, like as a gamer, I'm like, okay, so what? So it's delayed. I'm pissed off. But now that I know like all the work behind the scenes, or not, at least a good chunk of it, I can't imagine like, if you had to start over twice and redo the entire game engine or whatever it might be, overhaul everything, like that just sounds terrible.
I mean,
It's daunting.
you've seen the amount of times we've redone like we've come a long way since the original demo.
Yes. Yep.
Like we redid the entire graphics. It's like 35,000 textures and like 20,000 like 3D models, and who the fuck knows how many materials and all that kind of stuff. But,
Millions and millions and millions of triangles.
yeah, and then the quest system, for instance, we're gonna be ripping out our quest system soon. Because like from like a cost analysis kind of thing, like it's gonna be cheaper to replace it than try to retrofit what we're doing to expand the feature set. So like we've this is our third or maybe it's our fourth iteration of the quest system, perhaps.
I think so. I think
Because we had the original one that was like the thing for the super quick prototype that I built when we first started the project, like when I was still in the middle of kind of developing Medieval Designer. But
and your tagline was, "We have 900 pairs of pants."
that was a good tagline, and we're trying to get back there. Don't worry, we'll get there. Now that we have someone that can see color on the team, we'll have 9 million pairs. Unstoppable amounts of pants. I don't think you comprehend the level of pants here.
I will have all the pets.
So, dude, Oculus offers achievements. We could like make a fucking achievement where if you collect like 900 pairs of pants in your house, you get an achievement. That sounds great. Anyway,
You just
so like
get an achievement for collecting pants.
yes,
there must be something tied to the wheel to live.
yes, definitely. Our original quest system was like it wasn't expansive enough, so we threw it out and rebuilt it. And then that one was like fine, but it was too complicated. And then we built one that was using Python inside of Unreal Engine instead of like blueprints. But that was very complex, and it took me and Nathan both like 3 or 4 days or maybe a week to develop.
Just about, yeah. We iterate on things pretty quickly.
Yeah, and then we redid it with like a new plugin that came out. We were able to redo it in blueprints entirely and make it better in like less than a day. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. We're like, holy shit, this works. And now we're going to throw it out and do a whole new thing just because like the system is going to be better. It's daunting, and there's a lot of it. Especially like we're going to replace our entire character controller as well. Just to, I'm not entirely too public on what we're going to do with that yet, but there's been some complaints about how our character controls, so we're going to change some things and make it an option for some things, so we can show off our developeriness. But
Nice.
That's my input on delays and shit. What about you guys?
It's a lot of work ahead of us, but honestly, like Robert said, it's going to be a much, much better game because of it. Even just experimenting with the Vizims today, the results that we're getting now are so much in such greater quality than they were previously that it's kind of silly not to. And while it's always daunting to take on some huge mountain of troubleshooting, it's also a fun challenge, and I'm honestly looking forward to rebuilding the character.
Nice.
Anybody else got input?
I really see it as, so like, I guess from being like traditional artist type thing as well. Every time we go to redo something, it's just like starting a new draft because it keeps getting better with each one. Like it's just the next step into eventually completing your masterpiece that you've got going on here.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
that's
you all
my
have a
input.
really good outlook.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I would say one of the big things about like this style of building and cooperative design kind of thing is that like the human element of us being able to learn as we go is that like kind of like what Joy just said. There's no way for us to actually go back to zero, even if we have to scrap everything, because we already learned the processes and we can take everything that we've done already and adapt it into something new.
Yeah.
Like learning how to do 3D spatialized audio. Like I've done 1.5 stuff before, but I've never done like actual 3D implementation. But even as like the stuff from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 changed a handful of stuff, the concepts that I was learning, the vocabulary that I was learning, is still applicable and is still carrying me through that process.
Yeah. There have been many dumpster fires that we've had to put out, but it's been fun. Just everything has gotten 10 times better. And it's just nice to be able to see it grow.
Yeah, I bet.
The fire?
Yes, the fire. No,
I mean,
the
it's kind of like
game
you're like
itself
you're
has
having
come
a
a
picnic
long
next
way.
to a fire. The fire keeps growing, but the picnic's nice. You know, it's kind of warm, but also you
Tell
might
me
catch
you're
on
a
fire yourself.
pyromaniac
You know,
without telling me you're a pyromaniac.
just put
like
yourself
s'mores.
out. You know, and then get back to lunch. It's fine.
Ignore the burning corner of the tablecloth.
Hey, it's getting
Exactly,
cold
you're
outside.
fine.
If anything, it's keeping us more comfortable. No, not at all. I'm not comfortable.
But no, in all honesty, it's been nice to see how the game started and how it is now.
Yeah,
And
Like that.
meeting everybody and just being in a work environment that I enjoy being in every single day.
yeah,
And
that's
having understanding from people like, hey, today's probably not my best day, or today I'm going to do 50 million things and get it all done and show it off, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so it is interesting because I still have the original demo, and I'll pop into that, and then I'll pop into the latest one, and like when you released that first one, like it was like awesome. Like I'm like riding on that cart behind that horse. I'm like, the city, the castle is behind you. Felt awesome. And then the new one came out after you're like, hey, we did all this other crap this weekend, and pop. So going from that to that, and I'm sure you guys probably go back and look at that stuff, but
Yeah.
just from like my point of view, like just seeing the difference is huge, and it's really neat to see the evolution of the game as it goes.
And it's going to get better.
Yeah, there's a
Always
lot of things
further.
we're super excited about. Like, you know, we're going to work on some dungeon generation stuff that's still a little fucky right now. And, you know, there's a lot of like interior tools we're going to build to make like interiors. Like, most of the interiors are actually done too. Like, if I say you build the game today, you could walk through the city. It would perform like shit for now, but you could walk through the city and go into every single one of the buildings. And like, there's stuff in there. There's like shops and all that. Like, the city like exists. You know, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this is stuff that like we're gonna improve too. Like the new characters are just fucking crazy good. There's a number of reasons why we changed this. But like even like going from the original characters to like the 2.0 characters to now whatever fucking version this is characters. it's just a really good improvement. Like the skin textures and our colorations and everything. It's a crazy difference. Shadows are going to be a crazy addition too that I think a lot of people are going to lose their minds about.
So I have to ask, I hear this, I'll use the word gentleman, say, he'll work 16 hours, 20 hours. Like, do you guys work normal set schedules, or do you follow this chaos in this chair here, or what? How does that work?
I sometimes do.
I think
I
that varies
aspire.
per person here.
Yeah.
We basically work like when it's best for us and when we can just get work done.
Yeah.
Just whenever and whatever it takes.
Like some days we'll clock in at 10 and then clock out at like 3 or something for a break and then come back and work a little bit longer. And some days we'll clock in at like midnight and work until like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. Or we stayed up
Heck
until
yeah.
4 in the morning testing the demo. And that was fun.
Yeah, like we don't really have a set schedule. Like we tried to do that for, like as a studio for a while. Like especially like when it was really just me and Nathan, it was like, all right, we're gonna start at 8 a.m. We're gonna go till like 5 or 6 in the afternoon or whatever. Or, that didn't work because mornings are fucking awful. So it was like, how about 10? How about 12? What if we just work overnight and none of those work? So now we just kind of do whatever and get things done still.
It works.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just try to make sure we're able to like meet up when like at least a couple of us are awake at the same time to catch up.
Yeah, as long as there's some overlap, it's fine. Like I don't know, it's usually an
Yeah.
overlap of it like at least 4 hours.
Yeah, it's
Usually,
usually
yeah.
in the afternoon and evening.
Yeah.
I've noticed that like the vibe of like the scheduling and people coming to work, that it feels more group goal oriented. So like we all have a
Yeah.
specific thing we're working towards, and then we all as adults adjudicate our time into that, and you're like, well, I know I need to put a little more time in, so I'm going to show up a little earlier this day, or my input on this particular thing isn't as necessary, so I'm going to show up a little bit later so that I can miss that beginning chunk of time, but I can still get my work done, type of thing. And but we all still have like that goal of like, hey, this day is the thing that we're going to have done, and so we all put in our time through that.
Nice. Sounds really neat.
Yeah.
Very flexible.
It's milestone leveling.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have stuff that's like, it's crunch time, so get here whenever, but you're probably going to be here for 16 hours, stuff like that. But it's
That's
is
when
what
the
it is.
passion kicks in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or the Red Bull.
Yeah, this is very much
Mostly
passion
Red Bull.
project.
Mostly Red Bull.
Yeah, there is a lot of Red Bull. So about that sponsorship.
Yeah, I know, right? I just want to get sponsored by Monster or like Red Bull or I don't know, fucking G Fuel. That'd be great. I'll put a G Fuel shop in the game. I don't care if it breaks the fucking
Somebody
immersion. I'll
kick
put a
Kitty
G
Pie.
Fuel shop in the game.
There's G Fuel in a potion bottle.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Energy potion.
I'll do it if they
Increases
fucking sponsor
stamina.
us. Just give us unlimited. I don't even want money for that. Just give us unlimited cases of it.
Please
Yeah,
need
that's all
it.
we want.
Hold
It
on, wait.
fuels us.
As the person here who doesn't drink coffee or energy drinks, I would be a little disappointed.
It's okay. In about 10 years, it's just going to be you left.
Yeah, don't worry.
Enjoy that fact.
It's just a bunch of like very well energized skeletons running at computers.
Yes. It's going to be
And
the
me
pop and
going-
Excedrin for me.
Should
I
I
knew it
go
was
home,
like-
guys?
No.
Kim was like, should I be worried about you?
No, it's okay. The bones showing is totally normal.
Oh goodness.
So do you guys all do voices in game, or is that like, do you hire that out? Or...
Well,
Jackie and
technically-
Nathan and Robert so far, I think.
Technically, no one is supposed to be doing voices in the game, but Jackie is currently voicing the little fairy thing at the beginning. Nathan
kinda
is
was wondering.
voicing Nathan is voicing Oralodon on the cart, the guy who gets shot in the neck.
Cart Nathan.
And
Nikki Nathan.
yeah, Nikki Nathan. We had this bug when we switched the characters around when we went to UE5, where like his character was completely naked except for shoes. We couldn't figure out why, so we just started calling him
The
Nikki
shoes
Nathan.
stay on during
During what?
Sex. Developers don't have that though. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
They don't have shoes?
Maybe they were slipper.
No.
It's all gone away.
That's cool.
Proper like Salatos.
And I voiced the character in my favorite little section, my Twitter thread about how I cried in our fucking game. That section, I'm the guard that's like, are you fucking nuts? Basically. Yeah. But in the end,
Smack your head.
yeah, in the end,
Did you hit your head harder
probably
than
none
I
of us
thought
will
you
be
did?
voicing characters except maybe Jackie, because she did a pretty good job with that part. We literally just ran out of time. That's why it was just us voicing things. But luckily, we have compression stuff, and we figured out the audio, and also we have a Gabriel, so he could figure it out too. I'm sure.
Exactly.
Trying
He
to
can make us
record on a
beautiful.
easy road.
Yeah.
If you can filter out traffic.
Yeah, it's not too hard. Just noise floor and all that.
Well,
Every time we would go to record, a truck would drive by.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out there and put a cone in the middle of the road.
wow.
We're
Hold on.
Robert can just go
Recording,
lay down in
shut
the street while you're recording. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, wait.
How
He'll
much does
do
a
that.
detour sign cost?
I mean, nothing if you steal it. Time to go
We're
back to
trying to
my
be
teenage
legal
years
here.
thug shit. Steal some signs.
Allegedly.
That's beautiful.
Allegedly.
The fucking the like limitation thing for that is gone. I'm good.
You would know that.
I do. Actually.
Moving
Pretty sure in
on.
Virginia it's like 5 years, like, they can't prosecute me. I'm good. That's right, I took that sign, he dicks.
Fortunately,
Then
yes, there are a lot of like potential fun things that we can do with recording and getting voices into the game, especially moving forward as typically in a lot of more like story and visual experience focused games, audio, while still a part of the initial setup, is like a major part. It's usually like leans more towards like the second half of the development set. So as we're starting to get into the game, the flesh of the game and the bones being more present, we're getting more opportunity to start implementing sounds and things like that. And voice lines are going to be coming for sure.
Nice.
It's going to be a daunting task, but once, the goal is for every single character to have fully voiced dialogue, which it just lends more to my, statement that we're making the most complex game available on the headset.
Yeah. So, I mean, normal traditional flat gaming games don't even do that a lot of the
It
time.
depends. Like our quality bar really is something like Skyrim or Oblivion or like Fallout, or like Fable or something like that. Like those characters are all voiced, and it's a very important thing to make the world feel alive. I was playing Medieval Designer, and it's a great fucking game. Or Medieval Designer, that's my game. Also a great game. Medieval Dynasty.
Wow,
cool.
I was about to say,
Way to toot your
Robert,
own
it is a
horn.
good game.
Yeah, Medieval Dynasty. Like that game's great, but like they didn't implement like actual voice dialogue or like facial animation for any of the characters, and it makes a lot of the interactions feel very. It makes the world feel a little dead in some places. It doesn't feel very alive. It's a beautiful game, but like they really should have done that. But small studio, I understand. But we're driving for something very large. Even more so made difficult by the whole in VR thing.
And on the
Like a truck.
standalone, yeah.
Yeah, on a fucking a cell phone processor from like 8 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
fun times.
What is it that you say? Constraints are sometimes very good for creativity, though.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
created some
constraints
impressive
are
train
great.
hats.
Yeah, constraints are great for productivity. It leads to some very good train hats.
Train.
That's a
Cute.
train hat.
Have I not explained train hats to you before?
You might have, but it sounds like
During the
triangles.
development of Fallout 3,
He's super
there is
excited
this.
about
It is
this.
my favorite anecdote from the development of Bethesda games. There is a section in Fallout 3 where you have to ride on like a metro train, but the Game Rail engine does not have the ability to do vehicles very well, or like at least their implementation of it. Game Rail, it's middleware. It's not like Unreal or whatever. It didn't have the ability to do vehicles. So what they did is they just made a train into a hat on an NPC and then just had them run in a path very quickly. So it seemed like you were on a train. So during that section, your player is actually riding in the hat of an NPC.
That's crazy.
And that is the most game dev thing ever. Just find it ridiculous workworkarounds that shouldn't work but do. So we call those train hats.
Train
makes
hat
sense.
solutions.
Like for our quest, our original quest developer, like our quest editor thing, we had to like have a separate actor that existed just to hold values, and it would have to clear itself out. But it should have been able to exist on the original like actor, but it wouldn't. So workaround, just make a whole new fucking actor. Train hat, it's fine.
I didn't know that we have a train hat Wookiee. There's a head down below if you look, kind of holding some
Yeah,
things in
I
place.
did. I actually saw that because I ran over there before it started. And I was like, there's someone's under here.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah,
Indian burial ground. Don't worry about it.
yeah. Game development is all it's all train hats all the way down.
I was gonna say, was that I thought that was like the third host that we don't talk about.
Yeah, that was a dark
Is it
That's
in
the
episode.
third brother that they don't like to talk about.
We
He's
have never
moving on.
released that episode.
Jackie.
He's there to remind Wookiee to behave, stay in the box.
Good. Stay in the box.
Delete you too.
So,
This
what's
is trippy. This is a really fun experience, I will say.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I very much look forward to like my dev roundtable every month with these guys and the other game dev guys.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
will
You
say,
talk
when
about it
you're
a lot.
like, your nose bridge itches, it's really difficult.
Yeah. I wish I had real hands and not tic tacs, but
Soon.
and maybe
We'll
a
get there.
face and name tag,
coming.
but
Appreciate the pill hands.
It's
Yeah.
okay. We'll figure it out over the weekend.
But think about the breath, though.
yeah, I think that Nathan and I are going to do like a little weekend game jam and make you guys a better experience in Unreal just to prove that we can. It'll be fun,
These just look like weapons of destruction.
Yeah.
right?
So we
Very
have
gentle
plans for all that, but when we move away from these, we have plans to bring back these and do like pill charades and shit like that. So
Right.
it'd be fun.
Oh,
Are you
that'll
going
be
to do like
super
Ready
fun.
Player Me?
What
Like
am
it's a thing that's just available. So
Yeah, there's things coming.
You should just have like a bunch of these Tic Tacs just like on the table. People can pick them up and throw them at each other.
have like the emoticon gun from Spatial Ape.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
good lord.
beautiful.
So when you guys are working on the game, working together, I've always wondered, like, I know, like, you kind of already touched on a little bit, like, you build the backbone and skeletons of things, and you get so far, and then you start bringing in audio. Like, at what points do you start integrating audio and art and all the other aspects other than, just the groundwork? Like, how does that work? What's that
programming.
process?
A lot of it's very connected, but a lot of it also has to happen at the same time. Like, otherwise, there's like bottlenecks, and bottlenecks do happen a lot. But like,
Yeah.
it really depends on like what you like. That's a complicated question. I mean, like right now, there's like writing stuff happening a little bit, music stuff happening a little bit. But like the main stuff that's going on is like me and Nathan programming systems, and then Nathan programming, sometimes me doing research and development, or sometimes Nathan fixing stuff, whatever. And then Jackie's just designing dungeons all day, every day, and then
I hate it.
yeah, and then Megan
Back to the
is
dungeons with you.
she's like dungeons.
To the dungeon I go.
You can be Dungeon Daddy.
And then, and then, and then Megan's working on just like implementing all the different types of armor and weapons and stuff like that. Different variations, colors, just like the actual items that the player finds in the world. And once those are done, like Gabriel should be able to go in and like actually implement the sounds eventually. Right now, he's just like working on music stuff and sound stuff. Like, we tell him we need sound effects for, a sword hitting concrete or whatever like that. And he just goes off and does his magical sound lad things and enjoys, working on animation stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of moments where like I was saying before with like the milestones that we'll shoot for. Some of them start to feel a little bottlenecky, but it's like the moments that we're all like all of a sudden called to do something together, and those are the really fun collaborative moments. Like when we were coming up with the I just dropped my cell phone. That was wild. I forgot I was in reality too. Wow.
Don't fall off the fucking stool.
The table's not really there. Put your
goes right through. But like we were working on a trailer for a little while, and there were a lot of like tiny moments of like art person get this done. Robert needs to find a specific audio file in the thing. Nathan needs to find a spot to take screenshots of. Joy was doing some amazing stuff with the graphics and stuff, and I was like, hey, I could do a sound effect for that part. Give me a moment. Send me the clip, and I curate a sound effect that fits with the visual for the thing, and then we send it back and forth, and like that all sort of smushed together to create.
The magic swooshes.
Yeah, like that whole time period you're talking about. We don't really have like a name for that, but it's like a magical time of development where things are just like flowing so smoothly. Everyone's working together.
I call it
so well.
The co-flow zone.
I don't like that, but okay. I mean, that sounds like we're peeing together.
It's a technical psychology term. It's not
we're gonna hold hands while we use the urinals. It's okay.
Yes,
that's what's going on there.
That's teamwork.
Exactly.
You gotta ask Megan.
You hold my dick, I hold yours. We aim properly. We're all good.
There, good lord.
PP go.
It's a real job, I swear.
I promise it is, Mom.
Hold on now. But yes, there are a handful of moments where that has happened, and those are sort of like the call to action moments when we all show up very Avengers style. And there's also like the other no I meant the trailer.
Gotcha.
Not the urinal moment.
Yes, no, not that.
Unfortunately, I haven't been here on the urinal practice days.
Don't worry, you will be.
I'm so glad the holidays.
Please don't.
are
I'll clean that bathroom.
Crunch time.
Flow is mandatory.
Anyways, So then there's also moments where, or I guess like swaths of the project where, like there's always going to be some sort of slow, monotonous thing that somebody needs to do. And like for me, like there's been a handful of times where I will just spend maybe 2-ish hours just cataloging sound effects, because it's like I have a couple gigabytes of sounds, and some of them are labeled well, some of them are not, and so I'll just be clicking through like, oh well, it says crafting sound number 70, but this is clearly a chain dragging on ground kind of thing. Yes.
I need a charger.
Ooh.
My headset's dying.
Plug yourself in.
Of course it is.
It was fully charged, okay?
Stay on the podcast.
He's going to rip his head off really quick.
Speaking of audio, I've always been curious.
Mhm.
Like, I know it's mostly like files and stuff, but do you create anything new from scratch, like old school, and go bang on things, or do you just get things from stores, or do you like just create things digitally? Like, how does that all work?
I will say, fortunately, from where I started in my journey of audio engineering, I learned a lot of those different methods. So I do have I will say technically I have a Foley studio at my house. It's in several pieces all over the house, but I have a Foley studio and a pretty decent dynamic mic that's good for just capturing some weird sounds.
Nice.
And so I've for sure used a bunch of sounds. And I have my own curated sound libraries. I work on an actual play podcast, and there's a lot of times where I will I couldn't find a good chain dragging sound effect, so I have like a really big chain necklace that I was just dragging across my keyboard to get a nice clacking chain sound. And I've used those in a handful of things. Actually, in the trailer that I was talking about a moment ago, I couldn't find a good like the visual effect that Joy had created was sort of like a puff of smoke all of a sudden moving across the screen that would create the letters. And I was trying to find what sort of sound effect would work with that, and I found I wound up mixing, like layering 3 different sounds. One of which was like the sort of puff of air that comes after a bullet is shot. So I took off the bullet sound, the bang, and there was just a whoof sound. And then I have a couple of sound effects that are just me exhaling to the microphone. So it's like a and I put that in there, and then I put in, I can't remember something else. I think I put like a low tone, just like a low C note.
I didn't even know you did all that.
Yeah, so like
I was
all
sitting right
layered together
beside you,
to
and I
make
didn't
this.
know you did all that. I watched you do it.
That's very quick.
He's like, why is he mouth breathing into that mic? I don't get it.
Fortunately, I already had that recorded.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I will mix for a lot of like the general fantasy sound effects, like swords clanking together and things like that. It is a big time saver to just use a pack because there's a lot of excellent audio engineers that do this fantastic work and create these libraries.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
so
for
it's
those swishes.
yeah, and so it's really cool to have those. But I try to both in honor of the people who made it and respecting their work, but also wanting to put my own flair on it. I try to make sure that almost any time that I'm using a sound effect, I'm layering it and augmenting it in some way.
Yeah, that was my next question, because if everyone's using all the same stuff, every game's going to sound the same. So I assume you kind of put a little spin on things or change things.
Yeah, like there was a bunch of sword hitting another like metal object sounds I was going through the other day, and like they do sound good, but I in experimenting with them, I put like a sound of like metal sort of crunching into gravel, and I shortened that down a whole lot, and it added a lot of color to the sound effect. So when we do get around to implementing more in earnest sounds, I have already like designed a handful of what I think are more interesting sounding sword on metal sound effects and that kind of thing.
Awesome.
Nice.
You learned something, Robert. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I will say I do love like getting to come to the studio and hearing each person like talk into their area of expertise, even if it's something that they're learning in the moment. Because there's a lot of times where I'm like I'll sit there for like 5 minutes hearing somebody explain the thing that they're doing, and I am not a like a visual artist or programmer by a long shot, so I'm like mind blown with some of this stuff.
Well, that's like
Absolutely
during our round
fascinating.
tables. I don't know coding. I don't know anything. And, they start talking about triangles, and I find it fascinating, but my mind does not compute half the shit you guys say. So it's like, that sounds awesome. I don't know what you said, but I love how you said it.
Sounds cool.
Very passionate.
But the way he said it, I really feel like there's something there.
It's funny. I actually had like that exact moment with my husband Evan. I think it was like last night. I was trying to explain something I was doing, and he was like, "Babe, I don't like. I'm not. I know you're like rubber ducking me, but I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm not following at all, but I'm listening." Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had that experience. Like there's a lot of deep dive stuff when you really get into an art form. And so like I'll be talking to somebody about audio and then get into like the nuancing of parametric EQing and stuff like that, or being able to use sampled reverbs. And there's that moment where you're watching someone and their eyes kind of like dart off to the side for a moment, and you're like, all right, where did I lose you? / would you like to talk about something else?
Nathan.
Yes.
I've noticed by looking at these pictures in the background, we need banners on the city walls.
We do. That's one thing that we they're a little plain, I suppose. Exactly. Red Bull banners everywhere.
Exactly. Red
Burger
Bull.
King.
Have my people call your
They
people.
must all look like NASCAR.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Lowe's section of the city.
Yep.
It's always at ends with the Home Depot section.
I mean, to be fair,
There's a blood feud.
there is a real life shop going into the city, but you know.
Oh yeah, the tea
So
shop.
far, just one. Nudge, nudge,
Yeah,
wink,
so
wink.
far just one, and we're not even getting paid for that. Josh is just awesome. Have you guys seen the tea that I posted on Twitter sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love tea, and I have a friend Josh who is a tea aficionado. He has a tea shop
Josh
here
is
in
awesome.
Richmond. Yeah, he's awesome, and like we're giving him a tea shop in the city, so
Nice.
it's gonna be
That's
nice.
really cool.
Did you guys like my cheese shop poster
Uh,
on Twitter?
Yes.
I adored that. That was so good.
Yeah,
I was so proud of that.
yeah, it's
I think
pretty great.
I was in the middle of you sent that to me while I was working at the PAX Unplugged, the convention, and I was in the middle of like being briefed on what was about to happen that day, and I looked out on my phone. I read this like, what? And so I like slowly scroll in to or zoom in to see what's going on, and I'm trying to focus, but I'm also reading these hilarious puns. So of course I wound up sharing it with everyone at the table, and they all really appreciated it.
Oh yay!
They were very much like,
Wonderful.
Gabe, do you want to share something with the rest of the class?
That was always the worst.
Well, now as an adult, I always answer yes, because I'm not
Right.
afraid of the repercussions of sharing with the class.
It's usually very funny. Okay.
Yeah, it's usually if you'd like to share with the class, you're like, all right.
Would you like to share
this
this
is
meme
either
with the class? Yes.
yeah, it's either
Yes.
going to be a meme and everyone's going to laugh at it, or it's going to be something really like embarrassingly personal, and you are the one who invited me up here to share with the class. So just throwing it out.
I just have to say I'm from Wisconsin, so if you want to share your cheese poster, there's room on any of these walls. Like,
Oh, heck yes.
Yes.
It's on Twitter. Did you not see it?
I saw it quickly as I was scrolling because at work I don't really get normal breaks. I briefly things, so I always mean to like I see something and I'll try to leave my phone on that screen so I can come back and spend time looking at it. So I saw it, but I didn't really get to enjoy it because
I'll send it to you, and you can put it up in here somewhere.
Yeah, I'll say the big thing about it is like it looks so legit, and so if you're
Yeah.
not reading the words, it just looks like a cool like fantasy kind of poster.
Yeah, we're actually gonna put it on a poster, and like they're gonna be like around the city. We're gonna
That's
do a
awesome.
bunch of them. Like, did you play like Fable 2 or Fable 3?
Yep.
You know, like
Yes,
how there's
both.
like posters all over the fucking walls in the city?
Yep.
We want to do something just like that.
Cool. So if I put a nice some medieval armor on here, we can.
We'll
do our
find a
poster.
way. If Oculus will let us. Remember, they gave Justin shit about putting people's ads
Oh,
in his
that's
game.
right. Yeah,
If Oculus will let
Yeah.
us, we'll do it. But you know, yeah,
that's so bizarre.
yeah.
At first, they're like, "Hey, we want
They
to
don't
put
like
ads
the
and everything."
competition.
Yeah.
If they're going to be spending money
Crazy.
anywhere, it's at Meta.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Whoops.
That's a lot of really interesting. Oh,
There's an alarm
Sorry.
going off.
The
Fancy
tea time?
babysitting time.
I hope so. Oh, hey, look, there's that visual effect that I was talking about.
You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure this is not network. The video is not network replicated, is it?
No, it's synced. Everyone sees their own reel whenever you join
Yeah.
in.
So like right now, mine is not showing the whoosh effects. Mine was showing the pictures.
Oh, interesting. I'm watching the trailer. It's gorgeous.
Sometime in January,
all I see is the
February,
pictures.
that'll be all synced up.
Awesome. Network replication, man. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super cool. I'm just equally blown away that we're all experiencing a subtly different thing in the same space.
Generally, that's considered a bad thing with multiplayer, but yeah, it's pretty cool in this case.
Hey,
In a
you
way.
trip
Not
how
as
you
cool
trip,
in
I trip how I trip.
Not as cool in Battlefield.
Not as cool in
No.
Battlefield.
So let's hear some from
We're
our people.
all just vibing here, man. Yeah, you artful folk.
Megan, you been quiet. You got anything?
What do you want to know?
Judicious.
I'm trying to remember all your different hats that you wear, aside from the train hat.
You see, Megan does things. Lots and lots of things.
Yeah, I do
All the things.
random things.
What's
Including
your
making sure
favorite
we
thing?
eat.
Oh yeah,
That's
Megan
important.
is a awesome cook.
Yeah.
I keep the studio fed.
I
It's a
forget to
very
eat.
important
Like it's a
role.
problem.
Totally not your
I
sister.
would die
in my food.
without you. Thank you. I owe you my life.
Outside of art, I cook, and I'm currently learning material blueprints, material work, mainly from like Ben Cloward videos on YouTube. We actually met him at SIGGRAPH.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
was
cool. He's
really
he's-
awesome.
That's great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Megan, like, I think her title more efficiently than like just general arts is probably like production assistant. That's probably like a more professional title because like she does basically a little bit of like everything. It's like that stuff. It's like implementing blueprint variable stuff for us that needs to be done, organizing things. Yeah, it's just all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
And I know
She fits real
colors.
stuff.
Christmas themed footwear.
Yeah.
I check on the
Yeah.
Christmas themed shoes to make sure that they're not in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get pretty bad sometimes. You let a colorblind person run with variation on color. Ooh.
Yeah, not one of my better
Luckily, you
ideas,
have
to be
like
fair.
3 people behind you who are not
Yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah.
There were a lot of cries of, hey, is this the same color?
Yeah. Joy,
Yeah, the
need
first
your
time I heard
working
that, I should have
eyes.
been like,
Which one of these
maybe
is
it's not the best
blue?
idea to give
None
that
of
task to
them.
Nathan.
Just which one is teal?
What is
What
teal?
the fuck is
What the
turquoise?
fuck is teal? What the fuck is
Teal is my
turquoise?
favorite color, so I'm implementing teal in a lot of things, just so you know.
Because I'll never
They
know.
He's
won't
not gonna know
know.
what
You may
it
not be
is.
able to see it, but
Huh, this is a
It's
weirdly
gray.
dark shade of gray. Why is
You're
it
painting your
everywhere?
gray on my gray.
oh, I'm also like modeling some elf ears for
Yeah,
characters
for our new
Mhm.
characters.
Nice.
because I don't know if I should say character problems.
Yeah, we're currently having a character problem where like our new character stuff, like it's all awesome and it all fits together perfectly and like it's much more efficient the way it's rendered and it's less material slots, all this nice stuff. It's like all like individual components and stuff, so you're not like rendering things twice. But the problem is the actual facial animations only exist on the human characters and not on the elf characters. So we're gonna have to like manually remake the elves using the same facial like human structure. It's a whole fucking thing with like blend, like the actual bones of the face and blend targets or morph targets and shit like that. But yeah, Megan's currently in the process of sculpting new ears.
Yeah, luckily there's like new modeling tools in Unreal Engine that have been somewhat helpful.
Yeah.
I also dabble a little bit in Blender. All of this is like somewhat new to me. I went to college for physical therapy, so
There's a story there somewhere. How did you?
I got into doing this basically because, well, mostly Robert needed like some full-time help. It was just him and Nathan for a good little bit there. And I was working in physical therapy not too long because I have back problems as well. But also, they had me driving long distances between several different clinics. And now I get to work from home and whenever I want to.
Nice.
So it's a lot better.
It's a pretty damn cool job.
Totally jealous, to be honest.
I was a Panera driver before Robert picked me up off the street.
Yeah.
More or less literally. I think we met at a warehouse.
Yeah.
It's about as straight as it gets.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we met at a warehouse, and we were working on like this internship thing. Like he got it through fucking school, and like Megan and I were working there at the same time, and we got it through like one of her friends. This thing where like we were like supposedly like helping like the school district like with their computers or whatever, but 90% of it actually ended up just being unboxing shit and setting it up. It's a pain in the ass. There's like unboxing
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was fucking
manual
awful.
labor.
Yeah, it was really just
Passed
manual
off
labor.
as a
There
tech
wasn't tech
job.
shit about it. So,
Yeah.
so you know, if you're familiar with ESI, the company, and I'm gonna shut up. Fuck them though. Anyway, yeah, they can eat several species of dick.
But at least we met Nathan there.
Yeah, but exactly. We did meet Nathan there, and like I immediately knew I wanted him to work on some stuff with me at some point because like, well, I was like, what we're doing here is incredibly fucking inefficient. Like this whole like programming fucking thing. I was like, we can automate this whole fucking process, and we were talking about it, and like he was like trying to figure it out the same way I was, and I was like, that's interesting because no one else has ever thought like me before. And then it was like 4 years later, I was like, hey man, you want to work on the fucking game?
I was like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've been here since, and I'm still really happy to be here. This is genuinely like I've said this several times, but this is genuinely one of the coolest jobs out there.
It is.
I have never learned as much as I have now in these past 2 years. And
I find it to be very much a compliment on myself that you've said multiple times you've learned more from me than you did from fucking college.
college taught me how to think object oriented. You taught me how to make object oriented into something that actually exists.
Yeah.
Project
So
oriented.
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
We created some neat shit.
That's why we call you Developer Daddy.
Damn it. I guess I should start embracing that. Damn it.
Developer Daddy.
No way.
Let's
Oh,
all
don't back
embrace
off. Every
Developer
time you're in
Daddy.
here, you're always like doing this shit to my head. You gotta. Get out of here.
There's a monitor in my way.
Just monitor.
That's karma.
Yeah, you know.
I was working in a hair salon.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was a hairdresser. I still do hair for Megan and Robert.
I was gonna say, do you do
Joy's
everyone's
trying
hair
to get on
then?
Yeah, I'm the team stylist now.
We never have to go out to a salon because we have an in-house person.
Yep. I'm licensed. I'm allowed to use this stuff.
That's awesome. So you've got a chef,
You're still
you've
doing
got a
like modeling, right?
hairstylist, you have a masseuse,
A delivery boy.
A delivery boy.
Hello. We still fucking call him that in the studio. If we're like once
no.
up in Wawa, I was like, "Oh, delivery boy!" from across the fucking studio.
Yes, Developer Daddy, what do you need?
I cook at home and Nathan picks up the fast food things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I
the
make-
Red Bull.
and the Red Bull delivery.
I make the cookies.
Yeah.
I'm just the team walking shitpost.
Yeah, basically.
You've made some great memes so far.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I gotta tell you, like, this just seems awesome because Wookie and I have talked to a lot of devs, and you would be surprised the number of times the devs have said, like, if it's a single person team, like, you guys are the first people I've talked to in like 6 months, and it's like, God damn.
I mean, I've been there.
I know you have, but it's just like, wow, like this seems like a
Friends
much
now.
more.
It's okay.
We
I
have
mean,
sword battles and Nerf gun battles.
We do.
I mean,
We
are you
shoot Nerf
hiring?
guns at each other.
Yeah, we were doing
I
that
know
earlier. I hit
Georgia
Robert in the
sucks,
neck.
but
I had to order more darts.
Yeah. Yeah, I
was
got
it?
shot in the neck with a Nerf dart today, and it
was me.
shocked the hell out of me. I like
He
fell.
fell over.
I fell on the floor. I was like, oh my God.
Like, it didn't even hurt. I was just like,
Killed
oh,
a
what the fuck is that?
I'm trying to build something for you, and you're in the floor.
You don't get to take the easy way out.
We
We're
also
in this
do like
together.
a half hour of Halo or Battlefield.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
day.
we do that on breaks. We do like we take video game breaks.
Let
Nathan
out the
and I-
aggression.
I'm gonna say Nathan and I won 2 rounds of Overwatch. Woo!
I play Oblivion.
And Jackie gets paid
Nice.
to play Oblivion on her on her
Yes.
shift because it's actual research.
Heck
I
yeah.
go in
Engine
caves
design.
and kill bandits.
I paid everyone on the team 8 hours of pay to play Oblivion so they could get familiar with the game.
damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a
8
pretty cool
hours.
job.
Started my 60-hour journey.
Yeah.
It's
So I
great.
played through twice. What do you got? What openings you got? Because I'm sitting here like, okay, they have this need filled. They have this. I'm trying to find one you don't have yet. I'm up
We're
for
all
it.
neurospicy. There's that.
We are all neurospicy.
Did you say neuro spicy?
Hey now, I'm
Yes.
completely normal.
Minus the
Are you
No,
panic
you're not.
attacks.
Damn it! The fucking like moment of silence there was what the fuck? I feel so
Hey,
attacked.
pee-pee daddy.
It's okay.
It's okay, Robert.
Ah. This is not an intervention. Get away from me.
Again, for audio listeners, you really got to watch the video version of the show because
Please do.
I can't even explain
Yeah,
what
if you're
just
not watching the
happened.
video version, get your fucking life together. Is that the message you want out there,
Hold on now.
PJ?
That'll work.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Run.
Oh god.
You let me hug you for like 20 minutes earlier. Deal with it. You signed up for this
Wookie,
when
do
you
need a
married my
hug while we're
sister.
at it?
T-Mobile wife.
T-Mobile
Shut
wife.
up.
Mhm.
I wear many hats. Shut up, Nathan.
It's a fun studio.
Did you just bonk Nathan?
Yes, I bonked Nathan.
Who bonked me? I was cradling my head in my hands. I couldn't see.
Do it again. I wasn't looking.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
You need to implement that. Just a fucking bonk sound effect. That's when someone hits someone on the head.
Blink.
Just the cartoon, like,
Yes.
Boing.
Oh yeah, here, do
that
it.
says
Do
bonk.
If you can,
it again. Do it again.
if you can send me the audio file, I can put it
We
in the
have a
video.
guy for that.
Create the best
Behold.
bonk.
Behold the Gabe.
The game.
Sound lad.
Sound wizard.
Saving the day. Sound lad.
I do. I work with an actual play podcast, and a couple times we've done live shows. The second time we did a live show, I tried to use like a soundboard, and it just got so frustrating trying to integrate with someone else's system that I just grabbed the microphone and did the rest of the show just making sound effects with my mouth. And so every live show since then, I just make sounds with my mouth. It's so much easier.
You gotta get one of them stream decks like what I got. My soundboard that I have.
Oh goodness.
So
My end of the soundboard was working fine. It was integrating with the other system that was the nightmare.
so what do you got on deck here? What kind of? Let's hear some of your sounds. Your mouth
Oh,
sounds.
No pressure.
Mouth sounds. Oh, geez. Well, it usually works if there's a visual that matches.
What do
with
you need?
it.
I'll do it.
But yeah, you got
Nathan, where are you going?
interpretive dance as Nathan just. Would you
Let's
rather
get in the
now?
fire.
Oh, there's a fire.
How about a babbling brook?
I lost my chair.
A babbling brook.
That sounds like something else, but okay.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. Right.
I'm sure it sounds
Do mac
amazing.
and cheese next.
Oh, here, okay.
Macaroni. With the chicken
Yeah.
strips.
With the chicken strips.
With the chicken.
Live chicken
Not quite dead.
macaroni. I love it.
Hey,
How do we
Wookie.
get anything?
The milk right from the cow.
Wookie's been quiet. You got any questions for all these crazy
Crackheads?
people, Wookie?
Hey now.
I do not. I was just enjoying the co.
There you go.
They all insist I'm Gen Z, so I just go with it.
We're in the co-flow zone.
Meow.
Oh my gosh.
No, this is
There goes the neurospicy.
That new time of day slider does some really pretty things on the
yeah, it
screen.
really does. That's one of the tools I actually just created with the time of day slider. That's what you're seeing actually on the screen on the when it goes in between the day night stuff with the stars and stuff. It turns off the lights and everything. It's really awesome.
I remember you mentioned
you
that a
should be
little
able to
bit.
see
That
it
sounded
here.
really,
Oh.
really cool.
Yeah, so fucking good.
I'm proud of what we've done so far. I'm excited to rip it apart again.
Yeah.
You
So many
That was a
tools.
very defeated yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so much tech debt. So much tech debt.
The Red Bull is wearing off.
Yeah, a little bit. Like the
So
game is in a
from-
great place. It's just like we're not really built on a foundation though. We kind of got like gum and like toothpicks, maybe a little bit of duct tape. You know, there's probably like a
Spit.
pebble in there somewhere that's holding everything up.
There's definitely some Elmer's glue somewhere in there.
Yeah, I thought Nathan ate that, but you know,
No, the purple stick.
Nathan's eating glue.
Hey, glue is tasty.
Gotta get some fiber in your
horse
diet.
paste.
Yes, tasty.
There
Go
is
suck
no
on a horse
cock
hoof.
like
There's
horse
no
cock.
like
No.
Hold on.
I started singing that in an anime convention, and my friends joined in. I'm like, I hate y'all.
That's beautiful.
So do you guys have
But you're supposed to not.
a new target date for your the beta version? Or are you guys trying to just play it more by ear now and not kind of set a date? Or?
a little bit of both.
I'm sorry, I can't
like-
stop thinking about the phrase "tasty paste" now. I don't know why.
That's fine. Joy, I need you to make a poster in the game about tasty paste.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Boomer's choice.
Have we told you
tastiest
guys about
paste.
Goblin Sniffy Dust?
yeah.
If you like tasty paste, come on down to Co-Flow Zone.
So this is what I get to tell my mom about tomorrow at breakfast about what I do for work.
I'm making tasty paste, Mom.
I make tasty paste posters.
We don't really have a set new launch date yet. Like, obviously, no one. Jesus fucking Christ. No, you can't launch games in January. That's a big thing because no one has any fucking money in January. Nobody wants to spend money in January. But we're thinking maybe we might try to launch the new beta in February, or the beta 1 in February. And that'll be like a whole paid thing. And then a couple months after that, we'll probably do beta 2, depending on how feedback goes from it. And then we'll do the full launch probably 2 or 3 months after that.
Cool.
So, yeah, not really nailed down perfectly, but and I'll be sending you a build early. Once we have the goal is to get some even earlier play testing done from some people.
Yeah.
As soon as we have we have a goal to have an internal play test, build that's going to be you can the gold version of that is that it's you can play through the thing. Nathan gets shot in the neck. You go into the dungeon. You fight through the dungeon. You escape, whatever, and then you get to the city, and then you actually do your character creation stuff. Like oh yeah, there's a whole fucking thing with that. And then you're free to leave out of the actual census office, and you can go and explore the entire city and do quests. And the goal is to have 5 quests that are available to do in the city. Nice. That take you different areas, like 2 that take you outside the city and 3 that are inside. And once we get that build ready, we'll start sending it out to like YouTubers and stuff like that. Nice. And have you guys play and tell me what you think. And then after that, so that's the current plan. And we're going to try to reduce crunch as best as possible with that. We'll see. I set very ambitious design goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, but that's not a bad policy and all. As long as
they are obtainable if we work very, very hard.
Exactly. No sleep for 3 weeks.
Exactly. Hey, we've definitely done like 22-hour days before launch. It's fine.
Oh, yes, we have.
I did a 25-hour day. That was fine.
You made me clock out an hour before you.
I did.
That's when the Red Bull comes in.
Red Bull doesn't do shit after 22 hours.
That's
no,
very
it does
true.
not.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the next build, I'm excited to play. I gotta go back and play the latest one because, like I was telling you, Robert,
that's probably the controller, right?
My controller, I have the new Quest Pro controllers, so
they're so good.
I'm
using them right now.
good.
Ooh.
But yeah, my Quest 2 controllers, I sent them in once for drift, and then they started drifting again. So I'd get in the dungeon and just be like, "I'm trying to grab. Let me get that block kick."
I will say, don't turn on snap turning.
No.
It makes me
snap
so
turning's
sick.
bad.
It makes me
Apparently,
sick.
like we added in snap turning at like the last minute. Because like we're like, okay, these fuck faces on the internet really want snap turning. We'll give them fucking snap turning. So we did that, and like, unfortunately, we didn't test it enough because like there's a bug where like your character just like fucking bounces up and down if you use snap turning. It's a problem.
Wow.
But we didn't catch it because like everybody here at the studio is like, what kind of fucking moron uses snap turning?
That was a conversation at Applebee's.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'd phrase it quite like that, but
That was
This is
actually
Robert
pretty
we're
nice
talking
coming from
about.
Robert.
Yeah, so it's like that's basically what it went like. But anyway, and apparently it'll make you fall through the fucking floor in the dungeon. It's not great. So
Goodbye.
that's hilarious.
yeah, don't turn on snap turning. But everything else is fine.
Yeah.
And we can't push out a fix either because the conversion Unreal 5. So it's really frustrating.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good though.
Yeah. When the game looks good, it looks good.
Yeah. I'm super excited for people to be able to experience like the next build of it too, because like some of the common complaints we've got is like the install size of the game and stuff like that, which we did reduce massively in the latest build. We went from like 5 gigabytes down to like 1.25 or something like that.
1.49 or 42.
Yeah, that it was like over 5 before. But and that's all due to like better compression and optimization and shit like that. But like one of the complaints is like it's like 5 gigabytes for a fucking room, but it's really not though. It's like the entire city has to be has to exist in order for you to have the cart ride. You know what I mean? There's like a lot of information. So
Yeah.
But but
No.
once we get like that build out there and people are like, holy shit, you mean I can go in every single one of these buildings and every one of them has interiors and every one of them has people in it and every person has dialogue? They're gonna shit their
And
dick.
every dumpster is on fire.
268 interiors.
268. I'm sure you know that better. Yeah. I'm sure you know that number very well by now.
118 buildings.
119
I don't
in the
even,
clock
like-
tower.
As an artist, when
119.
you're like, "Hey, we have 200 things, decorate them." Like, if you gave me a pen or a pencil or a paintbrush or something, like I could come up with 2 shapes. Like, how do you create so many different? Like,
You want to name these complex shapes for us?
Circle and banana.
I don't think that's a shape.
It's a shape.
Nathan's
It's like
banana
this.
Banana
bread.
is always a shape.
I mean, to be fair, Jackie is kind of banana shaped, so it's fine.
Shut up.
What is
Comes
that
up
mean?
after a fucking day of work. My back hurts. You look like a shrimp at your desk. Of course your back hurts.
Now I need to plug in my headset.
No.
Oh. You got this, or do you need help?
Anyway,
Cable, who's
back to
got
Megan
the
with how she's managing to do all these interiors.
Okay, so it's just a lot of stuff is the same
Yeah.
for the most part. Like every interior will have table and chairs and dishes,
We
paintings.
have dummy items, which help a lot.
Yeah, rugs, beds, you know, the basic furniture type stuff. And food on the table, just, you know, trying to make the place look lively, like somebody lives there. And
So you weren't
There's-
taking
Ow,
Medieval
that was
Designer
bright.
and just capturing people that played it, like what they did, and just put them into
That would have been a great idea, but no.
yeah,
I help.
yes, Jackie did help.
Yeah, she did.
It's true.
Had to go through each interior like 4 or 5 times and put more stuff in to make it feel more full.
Yeah. And then there's like a pass of like doing like furniture stuff and then like dummy items. And then it goes to, you got to do like the nav meshing to make sure characters can move around on the inside and stuff like that.
And then the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. And the characters too. Assign characters to each building.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately is going to have to be redone now that we have a new character system, but you know, small problem.
crazy.
I'm sure you got more stuff. Come on, this is fun. What else you got?
Well, if you want to keep going, my next question would be: so we mentioned like feedback and comments and all that fun stuff. Like, is that anyone
Ooh,
specifically
here we go.
filtering that, or you just all kind of look at it as you go? And
I feel like I probably look at it the most because, of course, it's my fucking. This is our project, but I mean it's my fucking studio on the line. So, I look at it a lot, and I'm letting Joy now filter comments, like responding on like the like responses, because I'll call somebody like a fucking idiot and have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But apparently you're not supposed to do that for like a marketing point of view, which I wasn't aware of. So, yeah. So Joy's handling that, but I look at them and then get angry. So, that's how that works.
there's a certain level of I don't know if you want to say success you got to achieve, and then you can go that route, and then you become
Yeah.
famous for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we called you spicy from the start.
Yeah, you did.
Like,
Robert's a spicy
you want someone to buy
developer,
your game, you can't call
Extra
them a fucktard.
spicy.
Like,
Oh, I can. I shouldn't.
you can, but
It's probably going to reflect negatively. Yeah.
yeah.
Part of my job
But
is,
it's-
I guess, to filter the Robert online sometimes.
Yeah, it is. She's mostly taken over the BTGS like Twitter account, and it's been fine because it's been growing.
Yeah.
So
Good move.
I'll leave my spice on my
On your
Twitter.
personal Twitter.
Yeah. I think a reason to follow me though is the game development stuff and the spice. So,
It is spicy content.
I get a chuckle out of it, but I'm.
I don't know. I feel like
Oh, it's funny.
I feel like the reviews probably affect everybody here a different way. Like I don't know. Like, what do you think when you see those kind of reviews, Nathan?
For the most part, I try to balance them with the more positive ones. And one thing that I do like to think about is that we got a lot of positive reviews first, and then started getting negative ones. So,
Yeah.
and for the most part, even the negative ones have been like, I see where this is going, but
Yeah.
So while it's definitely frustrating and in some cases straight up infuriating to read these comments, it's also kind of cool to get comments in the first place. So I can't complain that much. This is a new position for me.
Heard a lot of devs say, like, even from the really nasty ones, there's something you can learn and improve on. So
yeah, there is.
Always.
This is very true. Yeah.
as long as you can do that, then that's good. So
Yeah.
feedback's feedback.
It is. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've definitely, where I am in this project, I have not interacted with a whole lot of feedback, but just as a person in the professional world, especially in the creative world, feedback can be sometimes dangerous when you lean in too far into it. And I've heard just from the around being around some of the feedback, and sometimes it could be a little frustrating. I don't think we've hit discouraging yet, though, which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
There's just been well, that's a weird comment someone would make.
Yeah, one thing we've never gotten is I don't think, to my knowledge at least, no one's ever been like, this game is trash.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
we haven't gotten that yet. It's just a lot of people not they just don't get what the game is, or they seem to think they have weird expectations on polish for something that is this massive.
Yeah.
It's super simple to make a game that is small and focused. I shouldn't say simple because no fucking game is simple to make, but if you make something that's super focused, you can polish the hell out of it in the same time frame that we're building out systems that are everything interacts with each other and everything is kind of exploding, and we're prototyping a bunch of systems rapidly to try to make the roughest possible minimum viable product of it, and then you go in and polish it. It's just people just don't generally understand that kind of game development stuff. So
that, and I don't think
frustrating.
people unfortunately understand, someone just buys a headset off the shelf, they're expecting what they've done on a console like PS5, Xbox, something.
Yeah.
And they put it on their head and they're like, I see a lot of comments like, oh, N64 graphics. It's like, N64
yeah, those kind of comments are always
amazing.
weird to me because I think these idiots have either never played an N64 or they have severe nostalgia goggles. At the very worst, Quest's graphics look like PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
At the worst. I've never seen a game on Quest look like PlayStation 1. It's and we're really aiming for something that's more like Xbox 360 quality, Yeah. It's all there,
And I think that we've thought about it too. A lot of people don't know how small of a team we are.
Yeah.
So they think, oh, they can't put out anything extravagant, even though they have hundreds of people working there. It's we're only a handful of people.
Yeah. About 2 people touch the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else really. And it took me a fucking year basically to let Nathan touch any systems by himself because I was terrified he was going to fuck something up. Which, to be fair, he did a lot in the beginning.
It's true.
The cube. Deleted that cube.
The cube. The fucking cube. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. So there was
We
an
all know
engine.
the cube story.
Yeah. So we had a duplicate cube somewhere in the engine folder. It was the wrong cube that I deleted. I thought I was cleaning up tech debt. I was creating problems. Eventually, we solved it.
Yeah.
But everything broke for a few days, and no one
broke
could figure
everything
out
by
why.
deleting a cube.
It's incredible.
Fun times.
The building blocks.
Now you know.
Now you know. Don't touch the cube.
Gonna have nightmares about cubes.
Just have that as another poster in the game. Don't touch the cube.
Join ideas, write them down.
Well, I wish I could write with these things.
You can in some places, not this. That's another thing we're going to add into the
I
game.
don't have
We're going to add
fingers.
in We're gonna add in painting. That's gonna be a fun thing for players.
Nice.
Is it gonna be like that 3D painting, like that one thing Joy was playing?
No, like you'll be able to have like a canvas in your player home, and you'll be able to like just get a paintbrush and start painting if you want to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thinking like mustaches on all the posters.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
That sounds amazing. I would
That just
for sure
reminds
do
me
that.
of like Super
That's a
Mario
good idea.
Sunshine, even though you totally don't do that. That's like one of the what the enemy NPCs do.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, that's for sure
Malicious
something.
graffiti.
Yeah, I would happily like do that in a role playing game.
I don't
What
think
is
we're
it
gonna
called?
let players
Adventure role-playing games.
like do like graffiti on walls because they would just turn into Dick City. So
Yeah.
Well, it is the old
I
district.
mean, that is their game.
yeah, you know. For
If
now.
they want to live in
purchased it.
Dick
The old
Palace,
district.
that's their thing.
Kids these days.
Right.
There'd be peepees everywhere.
All the
Especially in the
PPs.
mouth.
We seemingly lost Wookiee. What happened to him?
Yeah, his headset died, and
Ah,
Oops.
he's on an original quest. So
ew, gross.
Oh,
Mm.
God. Why would he do that?
Not everybody has a company to pay for their headsets, Nathan.
That's fair. I live a spoiled
We spent
life.
$6,000 fucking dollars on Quest Pros. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It's so depressing to think about. Hardware is so fucking important, though. Like, it's weird to me to see
is.
some developers talk about how long it takes for them to like compile things. I was pissed when my shit was compiling in 4 minutes. Like, that's not fast enough.
Compile faster.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now you
That's
have
the number
all
one
the
thing any
cores.
developer should be doing is buying better hardware.
Yeah. I will agree with that. It makes faster progress possible.
Yeah.
yeah. I suppose it's really easy. Like if you're starting from scratch, and I've seen a lot of like people teach themselves things, and they're just it's a hobby, and then it turns into something else, and then you kind of don't think about that. I can see where that would be like slow, because even Justin was working on a really old tower, I think, for quite a while.
Yeah, which is insane to me. Like I keep trying to convince him he needs better hardware. Like like I understand like like it's his main gig now, and he quit his other job and everything. But like as soon as he gets like a publishing deal, he better be buying like a fucking Threadripper system to match mine. Because like how the fuck do you wait 30 minutes for your shit to compile? What the fuck?
That's when you go eat and do life things.
No
What
life
things?
involved.
There's
None
only
of that.
development.
What's that?
Only development. Exactly.
I saw that coming.
Yep.
Well, we're almost at 2 hours. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Always. I fucking
Wow,
love
it's
doing
been
this,
2
but
hours already?
yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything else, I mean, we could always drive for this to be your longest podcast ever. If you got some more stuff.
I mean, Gabe's
This is
D&D
like-
DM. He could absolutely spin up something here that'll keep us for the next 7 hours.
I'm
I am
sure.
a
That's
professional
kinda like in
talker.
the- In the round tables, like there's certain points, like I said, like you guys kind of lose me, so I don't know what to ask next. But there's also like I know there's certain things you don't want to talk about or can't, so I'm always trying to like dodge those things. But after a while, I'm like when you said
I mean-
train head,
I
I'm
mean,
like, what the hell?
So, what point of development are you most excited about revealing only on release day? But you're going to tell me now.
Well, for the most part, we're pretty open as a studio. I mean,
Yeah,
there's very little things that I don't, tell.
very open relationship studio.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we should talk about Gabriel's jizz.
No.
You're gonna regret ever telling me that story.
Yep, already about there. So back to the video game.
He runs away, like,
Everybody go. It's all right. Yeah.
Just
There's a
edit
lot of
that
really
part
neat
out.
things happening in video games these days.
Nope.
Yeah, games are
PJ, do you have anything
It's
else?
too real.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything else.
Yeah, shush. Shush. This
We could
is
talk
I
about
honestly, I know you were talking about wanting
optimization things
to
or programming
upgrade
things,
away
arty
from-
things, soundy things, whatever.
artsy things, soundy things, development things. That we got
Yeah.
most of the story things. You want to hear about the story? There's a
Yeah.
story. I don't know what it
Have
is
you heard
yet.
about our story before?
A little bit.
So once
Probably.
there was this guy named Robert.
I don't know about
But he goes by the name Babito sometimes.
that. I don't like this story.
Oh no.
What are you
Uh,
talking about? This is the amazing story of Bobbert.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I don't like any of this.
of Bobbert the daddy.
God
Robert
damn
the
it.
Rough.
Bobbert the developer daddy.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Make that an acronym.
Yes.
You're
BTDD.
So most of these people's actual job is just insulting me. If you haven't noted.
Yep.
To be fair,
Well,
you
just
have a
be
damn it
good.
button
No.
for every one of us.
That's true. I have a soundboard and I have a button for everyone. That's just me yelling into a microphone like, "Damn it, Nathan! Damn it, Gabriel! Damn it, Joy! Damn it, Megan! Damn it, Jackie!"
Half of my
That's his
time
favorite
here
one.
in the studio
don't
is
have
Robert
one.
looking at me, telling me to shut up.
Oh, you don't? I'll work on
Megan
that.
doesn't have one.
I'll work on that.
But
Probably
no,
just
like,
wife privileges.
that's
Probably.
wife privileges. Yep.
Maybe.
I don't get privileges.
Those
So-
T-Mobile wives.
Speaking on that subject, I
I'm
remember I
sibling.
think it was the second demo, and you were like, I think you were either left for vacation or something, and I'm like, or no, it was your anniversary. I'm like, shouldn't you be doing like a couple things? And you're like, no, I got to get this done. Like, so on your side of things, like, how does that all work? Are you cool with that? Or are you like,
How do you balance?
okay, Bobbert,
work?
come to bed? Like,
God damn it.
Yes.
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes I have to pull him away from the computer, or else he'll work
Just
24
drag him by
hours a
the
day.
ear.
No.
Yeah.
You've gotten just as bad as him when it comes to working, though.
Sometimes, if I have something I really want to get done, then I'll be working right alongside him.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
helps. That's
there
cool.
are days I'm jealous that I don't also live here. It would be nice to get to work without 20 minutes of dealing with bullshit and traffic.
That's fair.
Need to create one of those developer houses. That's like $1 million house with like 30 rooms in it, and just all the development people live there. It's a great idea.
You could sleep with the guinea pigs.
Yeah, you could.
I do sleep on the couch in here.
Sometimes you do. Yeah, I'll come downstairs and Nathan will just be like asleep on the fucking couch, snoring a lot,
Sawing
scaring the
logs.
guinea pigs.
Sorry.
Sawing logs. Yeah. One day I just recorded the sound of him like snoring, and then I woke him up. I was like, dude, you gotta check out this fucking sound effect I found. We use it for like a monster, and I played it, and he was like, oh yeah, that's not bad. I was like, that's you snoring, you fuck.
Yeah, I repressed that shit.
Yeah.
I have a similar story. My wife will kill me, but we were on vacation in a cabin,
boy.
and she was
Forcing.
super tired, and she was just snoring like crazy. And I recorded it, and then I put it against a bunch of bear videos, and it lined up like perfectly. Like, it was so
Oh
cool.
no. Oh no.
It's on YouTube. I have a link. But
I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh.
I mean, I can't talk. Apparently, I snore pretty bad too. So
He does.
Yes,
Does
a
your
lot.
wife watch
Usually,
listen to this
when you're
podcast?
extremely tired.
Oh, well, I guess that's good for this one instance.
yeah, it was funny. Like,
Megan just
when we
punches him in
first
the
met,
spine.
she listened to all of them, and after we got married, she doesn't care anymore. So
She's like, she supports you. She'll hang up your macaroni painting on the fridge.
I wish.
He's like,
No,
that,
she's cool.
that fridge is specifically for magnets, and that's it.
Yep.
Well,
Well, what?
It's all right. It's just funny. Like, I never really thought of myself working in an atmosphere like this, and I never thought of myself working with my own sister. So it's it's fun.
It definitely beats data processing because that's fucking boring.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing that for like 4 years before Robert finally convinced me to quit.
Yeah, it took a little bit convincing. Yeah.
He tried to get me to quit, and I was like, I don't know. But then the opportunity opened up, and I'm like, so about that job.
So what you should be getting here, audience and PJ, is that I am the best thing that's ever happened to any of these people.
you can keep telling yourself that.
Give me my one moment of not hating myself.
I love the idea that Robert's talking to Jordan is like, so you that job where you do like this just like run through data over and over, like yeah, you could do like crazy cool art over here. And she's like, nah, I like
That's basically how it went. She was
like the data.
Because they offered me health insurance. Okay, we live in America.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're like 27. You'll be fine.
Robert's like, wait.
I'm
If you
28.
want, you could also do data at my job too.
Exactly.
It'll make you feel at home. I could make you just stare at swaths of data.
That's literally what I was doing, and honestly, I'm so glad that I don't. It's way more fun.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've definitely done the big data job before. It is not great.
And I couldn't be the walking shitpost that I am like at my other jobs. I had to be appropriate.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love how relaxed we are here. It's
Yes, it's nice.
Yes.
It allows us to actually shine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It beats cutting hair on
Special
children.
ways.
that was really well phrased. Because I feel like a lot of people here have like their own vibe and their own personality, and while there's a lot of like technical aspect to this, it is at its core a creative process. And so there's a lot that goes into making the space like fun and welcoming and not
motivating.
hampering on creativity at all. Like one of the things that I've brought to this studio is what I think is amazing music, but some people might think is pretty weird music.
I love your music.
it's
The
choices.
DVD
fantastic.
logo.
Thank you. Yeah, I will be dressing up as Subwoofer again for Christmas.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for this too.
So look out.
I've got to get you a banana.
Please. Or I will eat your grandmother. I have to do it. It's part of the bit.
What about Melicaton?
Okay, or peaches. I'll have your peaches. I am a millennial, so
We'll accept these.
I only accept bananas or peaches.
Nothing
I'm
else.
bisexual like that. So I think we've derailed a good amount.
Yeah.
That's
That's kind of
that's
the
what
name of this
happens.
podcast, you know. We do the same thing on the Dev Roundtable one. Derail a little bit here and there.
We definitely derail a lot more than a little bit.
It's a good time.
It's often, how did we get here?
Or a little
No
more
one
than a
knows
lot
where the
bit.
train head is going next.
Well, I had a great time. I thank you all for coming and joining and sharing your stories. I think it's awesome, and I'm like I said, I'm glad to hear you guys have so much fun, and I kind of see it shine through the game so far, and I'm hoping in the final product you'll see a lot more of that. Each of your personalities
hopefully.
come through.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A personality game.
Been a pleasure.
It has been.
This
Yeah,
is super
this
fun.
is a really fun space.
This is great.
Yeah, like I said, it was meant to be something else, but it worked out, and I was happy that Robert. I'm like,
we'll
hey,
probably
why
plan
don't
to
you
do
just
this
bring the
again
whole
once we
team
actually
on?
do the beta.
Yeah,
If you're cool with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it was just nice, like, hey, why don't you just
Yay.
bring everyone on and let's hear from them? And you're like, yeah, that's cool. So I'm glad that worked out.
Hearts up.
Hearts up. I'm glad you saw that.
Everyone
I'll give you
get
the
your
banana.
pills out.
Robert, are you having
Interesting.
trouble over there?
Yes. I don't
Cross
have
your
hands.
wrists. There you go.
Either cross them or just put the two ends together at the bottom.
Yep.
That's what you
Yeah,
A banana.
That's a claw. That's a
The claw.
Come on, Peter.
Everyone
Get inside
always
us
comes
here.
in here judging our pill hands, but by the end of it, this is what happens every time. So
Ooh, wait.
Ah!
Let's make a dog.
Well, that was great.
It's just a balloon animal at that point. Right. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been
Thank you
great.
for having us.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting
How do I
you.
leave?
Yeah,
Just press the Oculus
Oh.
button and quit the thing.
Okay.
Quit the
there's a
application.
button
Yay.
over on the wall. You just press the button.
See you soon.
I'm sorry, that was a joke.
Let me out. Let me
I was looking for it.
Oh God, he's gone.
Oh, Nathan disappeared. All right.
Found him.
Oh, whew, okay. I was like,
Everybody pet Nathan.
do we want to do like a last one time more around the table?
Yeah, go for
'Cause
it.
I've already forgotten everyone's
I
names.
think. Oh,
Megan already left, but that's okay.
she's coming back.
Okay.
We're really bad at goodbyes.
Thanks everyone for watching and hanging out. I'm PJ, and to my right is Robert,
Robert, yay.
also known as Bobbert.
Damn it.
Bobito.
I'll take Developer Daddy over that.
Developer Daddy.
This is Developer Daddy on my left. I'm
Here's Nathan here. He fucks things up all the time.
Designer
I'm really
Daddy.
good at it. That's the only part of my job that I will never, ever, ever fail at. You want me to break something? I will.
His fucking handle on Slack says Nathan. I break things.
He bruised his rib.
He did.
In all
Falling
fairness,
dramatically.
Oh my gosh.
it was a good fall.
It was.
Apparently. Your rib
I'm
thought otherwise.
Gabriel, audio engineer for the project. Passing it over to.
Jackie, level designer.
Yeah.
Megan, art things, other random things.
Joy, animation, art things, and shit posting.
Hell yeah. Also known as marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Whatever works.
The
Yeah.
scientific name.
For professional reasons.
And
Thanks for
thank you so much to anyone who's listening
Yes.
for listening to us talk about our weird shit for a while.
Over 2
Indeed.
hours.
Yeah,
I hope you
there'll
found
be,
it as entertaining as we did.
I know I did. But we'll have links in the show notes, both the audio, video, to the demo, to Twitter, and all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
check them out.
Woo!
Come check us out.
If you play the demo, don't turn on snap turning.
Please don't.
We got to fix that. Don't worry.
We will.
Think of the
It'll be
children.
better next time, we promise.
Alright. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Anytime.
Just run off
Thanks,
the
guys.
edge. Oh, I don't feel safe out here. Never mind. Hold on. Whoa. That was fun.
My.
All right. How do I escape?
Press the Oculus button and press quit.
Bye. It was good meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet all of you. Keep up the good work.
Well, I guess that's it.
Cool.
Thank you, PJ, for having my
Anytime.
team on.
Yeah, that's great.
Seems like they enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a fun bunch.
I'll be sure to send you a video of our new facial animation thing we got working earlier. But,
Cool.
I will talk to you online. Bye.
All right, man. See you.